interesting first question.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, it is important to us. Like, first thing is our band. Like,
Yeah.
making music is our first thing. We're not a really political band in that way, but
Yeah, it's not like we started the band to change the world. We started the
No.
band because we just wanted to be in a rock and roll band, you know. But
that.
those things, when they come up at the right time, we're always happy to support things like that, because for us, well, it's important. Any human being should be supporting things like that. I mean, certainly in England right now, the right-wing parties like the BNP have actually got a lot more votes than they have done for a long time. So issues like racism are actually a really big thing still. Like, it still hasn't gone away, you know. It's crazy. So for us, yeah, when you get approached by an organisation like they have a Love Music Hate Racism in England, and they say, look, do you want to help out, do you want to be part of this, or can we they did a few things where they set up a stall just at the show, just to give out flyers, just to raise awareness, then you're gonna say yes, of course you are, because we've got a brain in our heads and we realise that those things need addressing. And with Ladyfest, to get a similar thing. I think, like, Laura experiences sexism on a daily basis, just being a woman in a rock band, and festivals like that draw attention to those sort of issues, and it's something that we lend our support to. But it's not like our number one priority, but those things do, they matter a lot, those things, you know.
It takes a while to get used to.
Yeah, it's an uncomfortable thing, definitely.
We've had quite a weird time with it, with labels, actually, over the last few years. We've been on different ones.
Yeah, we've been bounced around different parts within
the same thing.
It's all owned by Universal in the end. Like, they own everything. But we've been moved around different bits within it because nobody really understands us. But actually, we've got to a point now I feel quite comfortable.
Yeah, we're in the best place we could be in now.
The people that are working with our band are really cool and really like us, and they operate more, even though it is part of a major label, they operate more like an independent label. And they have offices that aren't in the Universal building, and they have a way of, like, trying to promote records that isn't the major label way of doing it, which we're much more comfortable. But it is a strange thing. It was really strange when we were trying to get signed. No one really wanted to touch us because we weren't commercial enough, but we were, like, really ambitious that we wanted to make a go of this band and do this as our kind of a career or whatever. But it was really hard for us to get people to notice or care or think that we were worth it, you know. It is a strange part of it to deal with, definitely.
Not really. Like, we'd maybe have people come on stage and play with us every now and again, but actually having other people in the band just wouldn't be bloodredshoes, so it'd be very strange, and it would change our dynamic, and it would change how we write songs. And I think
it's never an issue for us. The only time the idea of other people playing with our band ever comes up is in interviews.
Yeah.
The only time people ever think about it is other people. We never think about it.
Yeah, we never really think about it.
Other people ask us why, but for us, this just works, and they're like, it never even, it's just not interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, we never think about it.
We just think this is our band, so we don't really think about other people being in it. Yeah, like today. Feeling like my head's gonna explode.
Hangover.
I haven't really got that hangover. We just, because we stayed in this hotel that's boiling hot, and I drank red wine last night, and I think my head feels like it's...
I think you've been cooked. You've been, like, baked in red wine. Imagine that. It's like you've been cooked like a casserole.
I was just really stuffy and I couldn't sleep properly. But the negatives of it are just
you never really
sleep.
Get to sleep or rest.
And it's having space, really, having your own personal space is quite difficult. And it's hard for people to understand that as well. They think you're being really, like, rock star.
Oh, they're guys, like the other day when we played in Stuttgart, and some people had got into the backstage room, and we came straight off stage, and there were all these guys, and I was like, get the fuck out, like, this is and they were really funny. They were like, you're such a rock star, look at you. It's like, we just want a bit of space, you know, like, we never have any free time at all.
All our personal stuff is in, like, everything that we take with us, like, which is literally my whole wardrobe, all my stuff,
all
my
your private
money,
shit, like.
And
the guy's like, you're such a bunch of rock stars. Like, no man, we just want space. We never
only
have
for
any
10
space.
minutes,
So,
like we're quite open to letting people in. It's just that 10 minutes is quite a crucial.
Yeah, it's nice to have some little.
But that's only after touring for a long time you get like that. I think in the beginning it's not such
it's
a
more
thing.
exciting, yeah.
Yeah, but it's only after a long time when you sort of need to be right. You really need that.
It's like really basic human things that you miss, like personal space, like a good amount of sleep. Like sometimes
Nice
you miss
food.
getting to get a good meal because you don't always have time to eat properly. But on the upside, like touring for me is like it's the most exciting part of being in a band. I love touring and you travel all the world.
Yeah, getting to see all these places. Like, I would never probably be able to come to like half of the places that I've been now.
Yeah.
Like even in the UK, like even like places like
In
Liverpool
part of Scotland or something.
yeah, Scotland. I just know
I
that.
wouldn't have seen that.
I would never. Why would I have gone like unless I was like going on holiday or something like that?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the most amazing thing, and it's made such a difference. I think to us as people because we've seen so much stuff.
Yeah, you learn as a human being. You grow because you see the world a bit more,
and you become way more open-minded and.
Yeah, and you meet so many different people and you get that human reaction to your music that when you make an album, you have to kind of see what people think by reviews or what you read on the internet or something, but when you play it, you can see how people connect to it, and for me that's really crucial to being in a band because you can feel the response like instantly to what you're making. I really like that. Cool.
I think from the fans and mostly from ourselves, I think the biggest expectations that we had was just from ourselves wanting it to be really good. You know, the label, we didn't really think about that. We try not to think about those things, and with our fans and stuff, you want them to like it. But I think ultimately the biggest thing was just how what we felt about it, and we just wanted to push ourselves and make a better record than the first one. Yeah. And so we put ourselves under a lot of pressure to get it done and to kind of make it right.
It'd be the best songs that we could write, basically.
Yeah. And that was the hardest thing. Just
pleasing ourselves was definitely the hardest thing.
Yeah. Because, I don't know, it's always a gamble what people are going to like anyway. So
if you're trying to second guess what other people expect you to do, you're just going to get confused and make a mess, aren't you? Yeah. So you've just got to focus on, I think, and like... We knew what kind of record we wanted to make, and we knew, as we were writing, we knew what songs were the best songs and try and make them better, and then we'd focus on little details and try and improve every little bit of everything. And I guess you just go on the theory that once you're really satisfied with what you've got, hopefully the rest of the world will see it that way as well. And if they don't,
if you do your best, then you can't do any more. Like,
that's it. It's like if you know this is the best that you could have made, then you can't really worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have some hard times.
But not like, we are actually, I think as like an average band, they fight a lot about their songs, and I think actually we don't do that as much as most bands that I know.
No, we definitely don't.
We actually instinctively know when it's right or wrong together, and we never seem to argue too much about the songwriting. It was just a few things when doing the album and recording it and things like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that's quite natural. But actually, I think we do pretty good on that.
Creatively, I don't think we fall out much. No. I think usually we argue, actually, it's some other factor, just like we're fed up, or like we had periods where we'd be trying to write songs for ages and we weren't coming up with much. So we both get frustrated and you take it out on each other a bit.
Yeah.
But really, you're not arguing about the songs. It's just we're actually feeling the same thing, is that we're both frustrated because we want to make something amazing and it's not working that day or something, you know.
You know yours?
Yeah, the first record that I ever bought was Bad by Michael Jackson, and I bought it on cassette.
I don't even remember. What do I always say?
You usually say the first thing that you bought was Elastica.
Yeah, it was the first record I ever bought was on tape, and it was from Woolworths in my hometown, and it was Elastica. My first concert was Guns N' Roses, and I was about 8 years old, and it was in Ireland where my family live, Slane Castle, And yeah, I went with my sister and my cousins.
I wish I'd gone to that. The first show that I went to that I was with one of my first girlfriends when I was a teenager, and I went to see Green Day at Brixton Academy, and we were all like dressed up as punk as possible. It was great.
Oh, that's such a hard one, but
Wow, and so basically any band ever
Yeah.
is our support bands.
I would say, God, I'm gonna go with PJ Harvey, just because she's amazing and she's got so many albums, so she could play like a different one every night.
And then every night we'd come on and disappoint everyone afterwards.
And everyone would leave.
Everyone would be let down. I'd go with that. At least then we'd get to play with her. There's always been a dream of mine is to get to play with PJ Harvey,
Yeah.
so if she could come and support us, I'd be happy. PJ, if you're listening.
You're welcome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cool.
Sorry, we were a bit